Good morning, everyone. It's now 23 minutes past, to 11 in the morning in London Heathrow, which is 11 minutes, 23 minutes to 12 in Gibraltar, thanks to the an hour time difference where the UK is an hour behind of Gibraltar. Just landed at London Heathrow Terminal 5 from British Airways BA494. It's not a physical gate, so it's like a remote gate that I have to take the Connect bus back to the terminal 5. Then my connecting flight is actually at Terminal 3, so I have to make my own way to the terminal, but thankfully my bag is checked all the way to Gibraltar so that I do not need to recollect my bag and check it again, so stay tuned.
Next stop, Terminal 5.
So second connecting bus. So just now the bus connect from the remote gate to the actual physical gate. Then you go through a bit of walk, go to the flight connections part, and then a staff will check your boarding pass to see if you are actually connecting from the correct terminal. My flight from London to Gibraltar depart from Terminal 3, so I go to the boarding line for Terminal 3, and now the bus is guiding me from the gate in Terminal 5 to Terminal 3 here at London Heathrow Airport. Obviously still today on January 23rd, Friday morning, from London Heathrow to Gibraltar with British Airways, of course, because it's connecting flight. I do believe, from what I know, if you're flying London to Heathrow to Gibraltar itself, British Airways, it's the only airline which fly directly between the two countries, kind of, where not actually, because Gibraltar is actually UK overseas territories, but so it's kind of an international but domestic flight. So obviously for now I got my bag checked all the way to Gibraltar, so I just need to for now go to the most important thing is go to the boarding gate to prepare for my British Airways flight BA494 from London Heathrow down to Gibraltar. So it's now 24 minutes to 12 here at London Heathrow. I have, after going through 2 connecting buses and security, yes, you have to go through security again at Heathrow Terminal 3 without priority. I've entered one of the lounges available here at London Heathrow Airport Terminal 3. So if you could have recognized, it's actually Cathay Pacific Lounge. Well, I'm not flying with Cathay Pacific. Why I could also have access to this Cathay Pacific lounge here at London Heathrow? Well, it's because of the alliance bit. So British Airways and Cathay Pacific are One World Alliance members. So reciprocally, British Airways, like for example, business class passengers have access to Cathay Pacific Lounge, so it's Cathay Pacific business class passengers to British Airways Lounge. So that's why in the midst of time I decided to visit the Cathay Pacific Lounge here at London Heathrow Airport Terminal 3. So I got myself some bit of drink and eat as well. So if you can recognize the classic noodle bar, I got myself wonton noodles, dim sum platter, bits of condiment, chili, some sauce to enhance the flavor. And from the cocktail bar, I got myself Cafe Delight and some snacks to bite with. So it's pretty comfortable here, as you can see. There are a range of different options, from high table, high chair to low table, low chair, or mix of both. So my flight connection, it's a bit tight, so I would shut up my mouth and then to smash my food and drink here at the Cathay Pacific Lounge at London Heathrow Airport Terminal 3. Oh, bear in mind, both first and for like extra information, first and business class passengers both go through the same like check-in area for the lounge, where business class passengers will go straight, first class passengers or equivalent go to the right. Good afternoon, everyone. It's about 28 minutes past 12 in London, which is 28 minutes past 1 in Gibraltar. Again, thanks to the an hour time difference where Gibraltar is an hour ahead of the UK. I have already boarded the aircraft, which the boarding commenced a bit later, but anyway, it's again an Airbus A320-200, registration number G-EUUZ. Arrived this morning from Bucharest in Hungary, if I remember, as BA494. Business class or Club Europe features are pretty similar. Well, despite I'm sitting in 7F, the last row of the business class Club Europe cabin, right hand side to the aircraft, a window seat. So seat features are pretty similar. You get 29 inches of seat pitch, 17.7 inches of seat width. You get a seat pocket under the seat where you have some air sickness bag, safety card. Over here you get a in-flight menu, although hot meal will be served, which is complimentary for the business class Club Europe travelers like me. You get a tray table. You can move it in half, move it back and forth, but you can't fold it in half. There is a coat hook, adjustable headrest, and again for Club Europe or business class passengers on British Airways, the middle seat will be blocked, but this time actually have a physical holder like this, which means that either window seat passenger like me or whoever is in the aisle seat will share the middle seat free. Then lastly, under every two seat you get a USB port and universal power socket. So that's me today, again on January 23rd, on Friday afternoon. I'm flying from London Heathrow Terminal 3 to Gibraltar on British Airways, Airbus A320-200, flight number BA494, registration number of the aircraft G-EUUZ. Seat pitch, it's 29 inches, seat width is 17.7 inches again, but this time I'm sitting on 7F, which is the opposite side of the aircraft, but it's also still a window seat. Club Europe Traveller. So we got some snacks to start with. It's a Belazu salted rosemary snack mix, which is a mix of, as you can see, cashews, almonds and chickpeas blended with rosemary and salt. For drink, I get myself a cup of champagne. You will see probably because there's no one sitting in the middle seat. Well, it's blocked, plus there's no one sitting on my aisle side like 7D, so I utilize my middle space to have a sip of eat and drink to start with on this afternoon flight from London Heathrow down to Gibraltar. Here comes the main for today's lunch en route from London Heathrow to Gibraltar. So we were given two options: the vegetarian pasta with tomato sauce or the shepherd's pie. Of course, I have to go for shepherd's pie, as one of the cabin crew mentioned. It is quite popular on today's flight. Well, for business class or Club Europe Traveller. So there should be drink following by it, but I don't think they're gonna give to me in a while, so I will go through the food for now. So obviously this is a shepherd's pie. It looks quite appealing. So there is a dessert which I believe it's some sort of a custard thingy, and you also got olive bread or plain bread. I opted for the olive bread with butter, which it's, I don't know, it's what it is. Sorry, it's I don't know what to say, but it's kind of a butter. So I will quickly dive into it just to make sure the shepherd's pie is still hot enough to eat. Wi-Fi is available on this aircraft, which allows you, as a British Airways club member, which is free to sign up, to browse the basic flight information, and you can opt for upgrade for a longer time of messaging, or to browse the in-flight magazine or so. But probably before landing, we'll give it one more round of drink. This time I get myself a can of Coke with ice on request. Meal done, toilet break before landing into Gibraltar shortly. So for business class or Club Europe Traveller on this British Airways Airbus A320-200, the toilet is located at the front of the aircraft, so you get a mirror with one coat hook. I don't know why there's like a picture of the Big Ben, and then Westminster, and then you have 2 armrests in case of turbulence. If you're traveling with infants, it pulls like this, down like this. Right. Oops, it's getting a bit bumpy, turbulent. Then you get some tissue, more tissue, disposal bin whatsoever. Rinse your hands, and then you get air refreshener with bactericide. I don't know what it is. And then luxury hand balm and hand wash to keep yourself hygienic and moisturized during this officially 2 hours 55-minute flight from London Heathrow down to Gibraltar. And now I will return to my seat. See it, do it, flush it. Good afternoon, everyone. It's now which is 3:30 in the UK in the afternoon, thanks to the an hour time difference where Gibraltar is an hour ahead of the UK. We are flying over Spanish airspace, about to land in Gibraltar. So let's conclude my flight this afternoon from London Heathrow to Gibraltar. So my journey began from my previous flight from Manchester, arriving at Terminal 5. My connecting flight is Terminal 3, so I have to make my own way through the connecting buses. The signs are clear, so it's easy to follow. However, when you go to the security, there are no fast track priority whatsoever. So it do take a bit of time as well, not as well as transiting between terminal. So that already is like almost an hour of time, like almost, because I supposedly have 2 hour 20-minute transit time between my previous flight from Manchester to London to this flight from London to Gibraltar. So I do not get much time into the lounge, which I have access to as a business class or Club Europe traveler. So I end up go to the Cathay Pacific one. Yes, I'm not flying to Hong Kong, but because British Airways and Cathay Pacific are One World Alliance, so business class passengers can use the lounge reciprocally. So in this case, I go to the Cathay Pacific lounge, which is the only lounge I use during transit at London Heathrow Terminal 3. The food is amazing as the ones in Hong Kong. You get dim sum, noodle bar, cocktail bar, and also other like common cold, hot drinks, food, drink like alcoholic, non-alcoholic to your choice. And I didn't realize that the Cathay Pacific lounge at London Heathrow Terminal 3 is next to my departure gate, gate 11, for my British Airways flight BA494 from London Heathrow to Gibraltar. The departure hall over there, it's a bit of a mess, to be honest, but at least like the boarding priority were made like accordingly from group 1, which I am, because I'm probably flying in business or Club Europe. Again, no departure drink, and the Wi-Fi network or the power USB port or universal power socket are switched on in the air, so it's alright. And the meal wise, you get a snack to start with, which is pretty classic, and the hot meal, I believe I made the right choice for the shepherd's pie. I'm not saying the vegetarian pasta is not good, but compared to shepherd's pie, like unless you have specific dietary requirement, then come on mate, it has to be shepherd's pie, and it tastes really good. I do not regret it, and overall it's a pretty comfortable flight, especially again no one sitting in my aisle, and I even got like a middle holder to block between the seats as well, so it's comfortable to move around. Like for example, I go to the toilet. So that's a wrap on today's afternoon flight from London Heathrow to Gibraltar on January 23rd, Friday afternoon. That was a bit bumpy on British Airways flight BA494 from London Heathrow to Gibraltar on this Airbus A320-200 aircraft, registration number G-EUUZ. Regardless of business class, it's pretty much the same as economy. I'm sitting at 7F, the last row of the business class Club Europe section, sitting in 7F, right hand side of the aircraft, a window seat. Hopefully you guys will enjoy the video, but not only give a like to this video, but also subscribe to this channel and follow my Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat and Twitter, so you guys won't miss out my content in Gibraltar at least. And I will see you guys in the next video. Good afternoon.
Hello everyone, we have landed and a very warm welcome to Gibraltar. The local time here is 25 to 5 in the evening. Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the fasten seatbelt signs have been switched off when we have parked on stand. When it's safe to do so, please do take care opening the overhead lockers, as items may have moved and could fall out causing an injury. You may now make and receive calls, as well as using all data services on your handheld electronic devices. Before leaving the aircraft today, please do have a good look around and check you have all your personal belongings with you, including anything you may have placed in your seat area during the flight. For our customers on board who have pre-ordered special assistance to leave the aircraft, we kindly ask you please to remain seated until the aisle around you is clear, and our crew, along with the ground team, will be on hand to assist you. On behalf of the captain, first officer, myself and my cabin crew team, and indeed all at British Airways, I'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with us today. It certainly has been our pleasure looking at you on this flight from London, and we look forward to seeing you again very soon. If you are visiting Gibraltar for business or leisure, may I wish you a very enjoyable stay, and for those who reside here, may I be the first to say welcome home. Thank you. Have a good weekend.